Don't wait for opportunity. Create it. Stop waiting. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for someone to notice you. Stop waiting for the right opportunity to magically appear in front of you. Because the truth is simple. Opportunity doesn't always come to you. Sometimes you have to create it. There are people sitting around today saying, "One day my life will change. One day I'll become successful. One day I'll start that business. One day I'll learn that skill. One day I'll chase my dream. One day I'll become the person I want to be." But one day is not a plan. If you keep waiting for the perfect opportunity, you may spend your entire life waiting. The world does not owe you an opportunity. You have to build your own. Maybe you don't have the best resources. Maybe you don't have connections. Maybe nobody believes in you. Maybe you are starting from zero. That's okay. You don't need everything to start. You need the courage to take the first step. Remember this. You don't need a perfect beginning to create a powerful future. Every successful person started somewhere. They had doubts. They faced rejection. They made mistakes. They experienced failure. They had days when they wanted to quit, but they kept moving. And that's what separates people who dream from people who achieve. Dreaming is easy. Taking action is difficult. Anyone can say, "I want to be successful." But success belongs to the person who wakes up and works when motivation is gone. Success belongs to the person who keeps learning when nobody is watching. Success belongs to the person who keeps trying after failure. Success belongs to the person who refuses to let fear control their future. So if there is no opportunity, create one. If nobody gives you a chance, build your own chance. If you don't have experience, start learning. If you don't have knowledge, educate yourself. If you don't have confidence, take small actions until confidence grows. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start and become ready along the way. Your first attempt may not be perfect. That's normal. Your first video may not get views. Your first business idea may fail. Your first project may have mistakes. Your first step may feel uncomfortable. Do it anyway. Because every expert was once a beginner. Every successful person once had a first day. Every great achievement began with a decision. And your decision can begin today. Stop asking, "Why isn't an opportunity coming to me?" Start asking, "What can I create with what I have right now?" That question can change everything. You have time. You have the ability to learn. You have the ability to improve. You have the ability to start again. And most importantly, you have a choice. You can keep waiting. Or you can start building. You can keep making excuses. Or you can start making progress. You can keep watching other people succeed. Or you can start working on your own future. Nobody is coming to live your dream for you. Nobody is going to do the work for you. Nobody can take your first step for you. That step belongs to you. So take it. Even if it's small. Read one page. Learn one skill. Practice 1 hour. Create one piece of work. Make one improvement. Take one step forward. Small actions repeated every day can create massive change over time. Don't underestimate the power of consistency. You don't need to change your entire life overnight. You just need to stop standing still. Progress doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes progress looks like waking up and trying again. Sometimes progress looks like learning from yesterday. Sometimes progress looks like refusing to quit. And sometimes progress is simply believing that your future can be better than your present. So believe. Believe in your ability to grow. Believe in your ability to learn. Believe in your ability to create something meaningful. Not because success is guaranteed, but because you owe yourself the chance to find out what you are capable of. There will always be reasons to wait. There will always be fear. There will always be uncertainty. There will always be someone telling you that you can't. But you don't have to listen to every voice around you. Listen to the voice that says, "Keep going." Listen to the voice that says, "Learn." Listen to the voice that says, "Try again." Listen to the voice that says, "I can become better." Your future is not built by waiting. Your future is built by action. So stop waiting for the perfect opportunity. Create it. Create your opportunity through your skills. Create your opportunity through your discipline. Create your opportunity through your creativity. Create your opportunity through your consistency. Create your opportunity through your courage. You may start with nothing, but nothing can become something when you refuse to stop. One day, you may look back at this moment and realize that the biggest opportunity of your life wasn't something that suddenly appeared. It was something you created. It started when you decided to stop waiting. It started when you decided to believe. It started when you decided to act. So start today. Not tomorrow. Not next month. Not when everything becomes perfect. Today. Take the first step. Then take another. Keep learning. Keep building. Keep improving. Keep moving. Because your life can change when your actions change. And remember this whenever you feel stuck. Don't wait for opportunity. Create it. Your future is waiting for your effort. Now go build it. Create your own opportunity. There comes a moment in life when you have to stop waiting for someone to open the door for you. You have to build your own door. You have to create your own path. You have to decide that your future will not be controlled by circumstances, fear, or other people's opinions. Maybe today you feel like you are behind. Maybe you look around and see other people moving faster than you. Maybe you think they have better opportunities, better resources, better connections, or better circumstances. But remember this. You don't need their starting point to build your own success. You only need to start with what you have. You have your time. You have your mind. You have your ability to learn. You have your ability to improve. And you have another day to try. That's enough to begin. Don't waste your energy asking why someone else has more opportunities. Ask yourself, what can I build with what I have? That question changes your mindset. Because when you stop waiting, you start creating. When you stop complaining, you start solving. When you stop making excuses, you start taking responsibility. And when you start taking action, your possibilities begin to expand. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You need to believe enough to take the next step. Your journey will not always be easy. Some days you'll feel motivated. Other days you'll feel tired. Some days everything will seem possible. Other days you'll question yourself. That's normal. Success isn't about feeling confident every single day. It's about continuing even when your confidence is low. It's about doing what needs to be done. One small action today can become a habit tomorrow. One habit can become discipline. Discipline can become progress. And progress can eventually transform your life. So don't wait for motivation. Create momentum. Don't wait for confidence. Build confidence through action. Don't wait for permission. Take responsibility for your future. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity. Create your own opportunity. If you want to become better, start learning. If you want to become stronger, start practicing. If you want to achieve something meaningful, start working toward it. You may fail. That's okay. Failure is not the end of the journey. It can be information. It can show you what needs to change. It can teach you what you didn't know before. So don't let one failure convince you that you are incapable. Learn. Adjust. Try again. Keep moving. The people who eventually succeed are not always the people who never fail. They are often the people who refuse to let failure become their final chapter. Your first step doesn't have to be impressive. It just has to be real. Start small. Start imperfectly. Start with what you know. Then improve as you go. Because waiting for perfection is another form of procrastination. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a direction. You don't need to know every step. You need to take the next one. And once you take it, the next step becomes clearer. Your future will not be created in one giant moment. It will be created through hundreds of small decisions. The decision to wake up and work. The decision to learn instead of waste time. The decision to keep going instead of quitting. The decision to improve instead of complain. The decision to believe that your future is worth fighting for. So make that decision today. Look at your current situation. Don't focus only on what you don't have. Focus on what you can do. Because there is always something you can do. One lesson. One skill. One idea. One action. One improvement. One step. Start there. And keep going. Maybe nobody notices your work today. Do it anyway. Maybe nobody applauds your effort. Do it anyway. Maybe the results are slow. Do it anyway. Because your goal is not to impress everyone. Your goal is to become the person capable of achieving what you want. And that person is built through discipline, through patience, through consistency, through courage, through action. So remember, stop waiting for life to give you a chance. Create your chance. Create your skills. Create your confidence. Create your experience. Create your future. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to begin. One day, the small steps you're taking today may become the reason your life looks completely different. And when that day comes, you'll understand something powerful. The opportunity you were waiting for wasn't always missing. You were capable of creating it all along. So stop waiting. Start learning. Start building. Start trying. Start improving. Start believing. And most importantly, start. Because opportunity doesn't always knock on your door. Sometimes, you have to build the door yourself. Don't wait for opportunity. Create it. Your time is now. There is a version of you that is waiting on the other side of your decisions. A stronger version. A wiser version. A more disciplined version. A version of you that doesn't make excuses. A version of you that doesn't wait for permission. A version of you that understands that dreams don't become reality by wishing. They become reality through action. Maybe you've been waiting for the right time. Waiting until you have more confidence. Waiting until you have more knowledge. Waiting until everything feels perfect. But here's the truth. The perfect time may never come. There will always be something that could make you wait. Fear. Doubt. Failure. Other people's opinions. Lack of experience. Lack of resources. But if you allow every obstacle to stop you, you'll spend your life watching opportunities pass by. So make a different decision. Start with what you have. Start where you are. Start before you feel completely ready. Because you don't become ready first and then take action. Often, you take action, and that is how you become ready. Every skill begins with practice. Every journey begins with a first step. Every achievement begins with an idea followed by action. And every successful transformation begins with a decision. Your decision can be today. You don't need to change everything at once. Just change what you do next. If you have a goal, take one step toward it. If you have a dream, work on it. If you have a skill you want to learn, start learning. If you made a mistake, learn from it. If you failed yesterday, try again today. Never underestimate what consistent effort can accomplish. One day of effort may seem small. 1 week may not seem dramatic. 1 month may still feel slow. But keep going. Because consistency creates results that motivation alone cannot. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline keeps you moving. There will be days when you don't feel like working. There will be days when you doubt yourself. There will be days when you wonder if your effort is worth it. Those days matter. Because those are the days when you learn whether you're serious about your goal. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep progressing. And progress can be small. Read. Learn. Practice. Create. Improve. Repeat. That's how growth happens. Don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle. You don't know how long they have been working. You don't know what they sacrificed. You don't know how many failures happened behind the scenes. Focus on your own path. Your journey is yours. Your pace is yours. Your responsibility is yours. And your future is being shaped by what you do today. So ask yourself, what am I waiting for? If the answer is the right opportunity, create one. If the answer is confidence, start taking small actions. If the answer is permission, give yourself permission to begin. If the answer is the perfect moment, understand that progress rarely waits for perfection. You can begin with a small idea. You can begin with a simple plan. You can begin with 1 hour. You can begin with 1 page. You can begin with 1 attempt. The important thing is that you begin. Because a small beginning is better than a perfect plan that never becomes reality. Your future doesn't need you to be perfect. It needs you to be consistent. It needs you to keep learning. It needs you to keep adapting. It needs you to keep moving forward. And when things don't go according to plan, don't immediately think the journey is over. Sometimes the plan needs to change. Sometimes you need a new strategy. Sometimes you need more practice. Sometimes you simply need patience. But don't confuse a difficult chapter with a finished story. Your story is still being written, and you are holding the pen. So write something you're proud of. Build something meaningful. Learn something valuable. Become someone stronger. Not for applause. Not to prove yourself to everyone, but because your potential deserves your effort. One day, you will look back and realize that the moments you thought were insignificant were actually building your future. The early mornings. The practice. The mistakes. The lessons. The small improvements. The days you kept going. They all mattered. So don't wait for tomorrow to become the person you want to be. Start becoming that person today. Your future is not asking for perfection. It's asking for action. Your opportunity may not appear by itself, so create it. Your confidence may not appear overnight, so build it. Your success may not happen immediately, so keep working. And when you feel like quitting, remember why you started. Remember the dream. Remember the person you're trying to become. Then take one more step. Because sometimes the difference between giving up and moving forward is simply deciding to try one more time. Your time is not someday. Your time is now. Don't wait for opportunity. Create it. Start today. Keep going tomorrow. And let your consistent actions build the future you once only imagined. Stop waiting. Start building. How many times have you told yourself, someday I'll start. Someday I'll become successful. Someday I'll chase my dream. Someday I'll take my life seriously. But what if someday never comes? What if the opportunity you've been waiting for doesn't arrive? What if the perfect moment doesn't exist? Then what? The answer is simple. You create your own moment. You create your own opportunity. You create your own path. Because your future cannot be built by waiting. It is built by action. There will always be reasons to delay. You're not ready. You don't know enough. You don't have enough money. You don't have enough experience. Nobody supports you. You're afraid of failing. But if you wait until every problem disappears, you may never begin. You don't need perfect conditions. You need a decision. A decision that says, I'm going to start anyway. Start with what you know. Start with what you have. Start from where you are. You can learn the rest along the way. Nobody becomes great overnight. Nobody develops a valuable skill without practice. Nobody builds something meaningful without making mistakes. The beginning is supposed to feel difficult. The beginning is supposed to feel uncertain. The beginning is supposed to teach you. So don't be ashamed of starting small. Small beginnings can lead to big results. One step becomes another. One lesson becomes knowledge. 1 hour of practice becomes experience. 1 day of discipline becomes a habit. And one habit repeated consistently can change your direction. That's why you must stop waiting for motivation. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is what keeps you moving when motivation disappears. You don't have to feel inspired every day. You just have to remember what you're working toward. There will be days when nobody notices your effort. Keep going. There will be days when the results are slow. Keep going. There will be days when you question yourself. Keep going. There will be days when you make mistakes. Learn and keep going. Your goal isn't to avoid every obstacle. Your goal is to become capable of overcoming them. Every challenge can teach you something. Every mistake can show you what to improve. Every setback can become a lesson. So don't let one bad day convince you that your entire future is bad. It's one day. Keep moving. Your future is bigger than your current situation. You may not see the results yet. That doesn't mean your effort is useless. A seed doesn't become a tree overnight. Growth takes time. Your job is to keep watering the dream. Keep learning. Keep practicing. Keep improving. Keep showing up. Eventually, the small things begin to add up. And one day, you may look back and realize, I didn't become successful in one moment. I became successful through thousands of small decisions. The decision to wake up. The decision to learn. The decision to practice. The decision to keep going. The decision to stop making excuses. The decision to believe that you could become better. Those decisions matter. So stop asking, why does an opportunity come to me? Ask, What opportunity can I create today? Can you learn something? Can you create something? Can you improve something? Can you help someone? Can you practice a valuable skill? Can you take one step toward your goal? Yes. Then start there. You don't need to see the entire staircase. You only need to take the next step. And after that, take another. Your journey doesn't have to look like anyone else's. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. You are building your own story. Stay focused. Stay patient. Stay consistent. Your path may be slower than you expected. That's okay. Slow progress is still progress. The important thing is that you don't stop. Because the moment you stop completely, nothing changes. But when you keep moving, even slowly, you remain in control of your direction. So make today different. Don't just think about the future. Work for it. Don't just talk about your goals. Take action. Don't just wait for opportunity. Create it. Build your skills. Build your discipline. Build your confidence. Build your knowledge. Build your character. Build your future. Nobody can do that work for you. And that's not something to fear. That's something to be proud of. Because it means your actions matter. Your choices matter. Your effort matters. Your future matters. So stop waiting for someone to save the day. Become the person who takes responsibility. Become the person who starts. Become the person who keeps learning. Become the person who keeps improving. Become the person who refuses to give up on their potential. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need enough courage to begin. So begin. Today. One step. One decision. One action. Then repeat it tomorrow. And the next day. And the next. Until one day, the life you once dreamed about starts becoming the life you're actually living. Remember, opportunity is not always something you find. Sometimes it's something you build. So stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop delaying. Start building. Start creating. Start moving. Because your future is not waiting for the perfect moment. Your future is waiting for your action. Don't wait for opportunity. Create it. Nobody is coming. Build it yourself. There is a moment when you have to stop waiting. Stop waiting for someone to believe in you. Stop waiting for someone to give you a chance. Stop waiting for the perfect opportunity. Stop waiting for everything to become easy. Because the truth is, nobody is coming to build your future for you. And that's not bad news. That's freedom. Because if your future depends on someone else giving you an opportunity, you are always waiting. But when you understand that you can create opportunities yourself, everything changes. You stop asking for permission. You stop looking for excuses. You stop blaming circumstances. You start looking for solutions. You start asking better questions. What can I learn? What can I improve? What can I create? What can I do today? That mindset is powerful. Because successful people don't always have better circumstances. They often have a different response to their circumstances. When they face a problem, they look for a solution. When they face failure, they look for a lesson. When they face rejection, they keep improving. When they don't see an opportunity, they create one. That's the mindset you need. You don't have to wait until you're confident. Take action and let confidence grow from experience. You don't have to know everything. Start learning. You don't have to be perfect. Start practicing. You don't have to be the best. Start improving. You don't need to have the entire plan. You only need the next step. And that next step can be small. Maybe today you learn one new skill. Maybe you spend an hour practicing. Maybe you write down your goals. Maybe you create something. Maybe you stop wasting time on something that isn't helping your future. Small decisions matter. Because your future is built from small decisions repeated over time. Think about it. One day of discipline may not change your life. But 1 year of discipline can change your direction. One day of learning may not make you an expert. But years of learning can make you highly capable. One attempt may fail. But repeated attempts teach you what works. So don't underestimate consistency. You don't need to move fast. You need to keep moving. There will be days when you feel behind. Don't panic. There will be days when someone else succeeds before you. Don't compare. There will be days when your results are smaller than you expected. Don't quit. Your journey is not a race against everyone else. It's a commitment to becoming better than you were yesterday. And sometimes, the biggest victory is simply refusing to stop. You may not have the perfect resources. Use what you have. You may not have the perfect knowledge. Learn. You may not have the perfect environment. Create better habits within the environment you have. You may not have support from everyone. Keep moving anyway. You cannot control everything around you, but you can control your effort. You can control your attitude. You can control whether you keep learning. You can control whether you take the next step. And that is where your power begins. So don't wait for opportunity. Create it. If there is no path, build one. If there is no experience, gain it. If there is no knowledge, learn it. If there is no confidence, develop it. If there is no progress, change your approach. Don't sit around hoping that life will suddenly become easier. Become stronger, wiser, and more prepared. Because when an opportunity finally appears, you want to be ready. And if it doesn't appear, create another one. That's the difference between waiting and building. Waiting says, maybe something will happen. Building says, I will make something happen. You don't need to control the entire future. You just need to control what you do today. Today, you can choose discipline over excuses. Today, you can choose learning over wasting time. Today, you can choose action over fear. Today, you can choose progress over perfection. And tomorrow, you can do it again. That's how transformation happens. Not through one giant decision, through thousands of small choices. So start where you are. Use what you have. Learn what you need. Build what you can. Improve every day. And never let the absence of an opportunity become an excuse for doing nothing. Maybe your biggest opportunity will come from something you create yourself, a skill you develop, an idea you pursue, a project you start, a problem you solve, a lesson you learn, a habit you build. You never know. That's why you must keep moving. Your future may be closer than you think, but you won't reach it by waiting. You reach it by walking toward it. One step, then another, then another, until the distance between your dream and your reality becomes smaller. So remember this whenever you feel stuck. Nobody has to give you permission to become better. Nobody has to believe before you begin. Nobody has to open the door. You can build the door. You can create the opportunity. You can start the journey. And you can keep going. Your future belongs to the person you choose to become today. So don't wait. Don't delay. Don't make another excuse. Take action. Build your skills. Build your discipline. Build your confidence. Build your future. Because opportunity doesn't always arrive at your doorstep. Sometimes, you have to create the door yourself. Make your own chance. What if the opportunity you've been waiting for never comes? What if nobody knocks on your door? What if nobody gives you the chance you think you deserve? Will you stop? Will you give up? Or will you make your own chance? Because sometimes, the biggest difference between people who keep dreaming and people who start achieving is not talent. It's action. It's the decision to stop waiting. You can spend years saying, I'm waiting for the right opportunity. Or you can say, I'll create my own opportunity. That single change in mindset can completely change your direction. You don't need to have everything. You don't need to know everything. You don't need everyone to support you. You need a reason to begin. And then you need the courage to keep going. Maybe you're starting from zero. That's okay. Zero is still a starting point. Maybe you don't have experience. Experience comes from doing. Maybe you don't have confidence. Confidence grows when you prove to yourself that you can take action. Maybe you're afraid of failure. That's normal. But fear doesn't have to decide your future. You can feel fear and still move forward. You can have doubts and still take action. You can make mistakes and still continue. You don't have to wait until fear disappears. You just have to refuse to let fear control you. Think about the person you want to become. What does that person do every day? Do they make excuses? Do they wait for perfect conditions? Do they quit whenever something becomes difficult? No, they learn. They practice. They adapt. They keep moving. And you can start becoming that person today. Not next year. Not someday. Today. Take one small step. Then another. Your first step might not look impressive. That's fine. Great things rarely look great at the beginning. A small idea can become a business. A simple skill can become a career. A single decision can change your direction. A single habit can transform your routine. A single yes to yourself can begin a completely different chapter. So don't underestimate today. You don't know what one decision can lead to. Maybe the thing you start today becomes the thing that changes your future. But you'll never know if you never begin. That's why action matters. You can think about your dream for years. You can plan forever. You can watch videos. You can read books. You can talk about what you want to do. But eventually, you have to do something. Action turns possibility into reality. So move. Start learning. Start practicing. Start creating. Start improving. Start building. You don't have to be great today. You just have to be willing to get better. 1% better. One lesson smarter. One skill stronger. One step closer. That's enough. And don't compare your progress to someone else's. Their journey is different. Their circumstances are different. Their timeline is different. Your job is not to become them. Your job is to become the best version of yourself that you can reasonably build over time. Stay focused on your lane. Stay patient with your progress. Stay consistent with your effort. Because consistency can take you places that temporary motivation never will. There will be difficult days. Expect them. There will be setbacks. Learn from them. There will be failures. Use them as feedback. There will be moments when you feel like quitting. Remember why you started. You are not required to win every day. You are required to keep learning. You are required to keep moving forward. You are required to keep showing up. That's how progress happens. So when opportunity doesn't appear, don't complain. Create. When nobody gives you a chance, build one. When you don't know the way, learn. When you make a mistake, adjust. When you fall behind, keep moving. When you feel uncertain, take the next small step. You don't need to see the entire future. You only need enough courage for today. And tomorrow? You'll handle tomorrow when it arrives. Right now, focus on what you can do. Ask yourself, what can I create today? Maybe it's knowledge. Maybe it's a skill. Maybe it's a project. Maybe it's a better habit. Maybe it's a new idea. Whatever it is, begin. Because the person who creates opportunities is never completely dependent on opportunities appearing. They are constantly building, constantly learning, constantly improving, constantly preparing. And when an opportunity arrives, they are ready. So stop waiting for your life to begin. Your life is already happening. Make today's actions count. Make today's effort meaningful. Make today's decision powerful. You don't need permission. You don't need perfection. You don't need certainty. You need action. Remember, don't wait for opportunity. Create it. Create your chance. Create your path. Create your future. And keep going until the person you dreamed of becoming is no longer just a dream. They are you. If this message inspired you, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell for more life-changing motivation every week. Remember, your future isn't created by chance. It's created by the decisions you make today. See you in the next video.